Okay, thank you. Alan Parker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Alan Parker. I'm a former professor of law. I'm currently licensed to and do practice constitutional law before the United States Supreme Court. I'm the president of the Justice Foundation, and I represent thousands of women who've been injured by abortion through our project called Operation Outcry. With my written testimony, which I submitted yesterday as part of the process, I gave you 119 legally admissible written declarations of Colorado women who testified about the devastating psychological consequences of abortion. And I was so glad to hear some of the women of Colorado testifying live to you today. Even the Supreme Court of the United States has admitted in Planned Parenthood v. Casey that abortion causes, quote, devastating psychological consequences to women, close quote. And in Gonzalez v. Carhart, it even said that some women come to regret aborting the infant life they once created and sustained. And they quoted the testimony in brief of 180 women hurt by abortion in coming to that conclusion that what is it at the moment of conception? I mean, the moment of the abortion, it is an infant life, according to the U.S. Supreme Court in Gonzalez v. Carhart. Severe depression and loss of esteem can follow. So this bill would be detrimental to the health and safety of women in Colorado. And Colorado has the answer to the abortion wars. It's your safe haven law, under which any woman can safely surrender her baby to a hospital or fire station within 3 days of birth at no cost and be free of the burden of child care. Any woman who doesn't want to parent a child either doesn't want to or can't for many reasons, and I have great sympathy for all the women who've had abortions, they can simply release the baby to the state. So it's justice for the child. Don't kill the baby. It's mercy for the mother. Don't hurt yourself. Please give us the baby through our safe haven law, and we'll give those to the millions of parents waiting to adopt newborn babies. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Are there questions from the committee for this panel? Representative Baisley.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Mr. Parker, I appreciate your being here as a constitutional attorney and someone with those particular values especially. Our United States Constitution enumerates several rights. It describes several rights that people hold, kind of universal. In fact, every one of them is, as I recall. Everyone has a right to free speech, for instance. That's true for everybody. This is the first time that I'm wrestling with this idea that we could statutorily call out one specific demographic of humanity and say they have zero rights out of state statute. Do we really have the power to do that? Or is it, I mean, could we not pick another demographic, a race we don't like, or Russians because we're mad at them right now, and just say, hey, that demographic does not own right to their life? Could you help me understand, is that a power that a state legislature actually has?
Mr. Parker.
Well, thank you. It's a very good question. And you could statutorily create a legislative right, but it would be violating the Constitution, and it would violate the Equal Protection Clause. It would deny legal protection to a class of human beings. All the science and evidence is these are human beings, human mothers, human fathers produce human infants, and the Supreme Court has called it an infant in the womb. So you would be denying equal protection. I actually believe there's a right to life in the Constitution expressly mentioned in the Fifth Amendment and the 14th Amendment. No person shall be deprived of life without due process of law. So life is mentioned, and people talk about fundamental right of abortion. That was created in 1973 by the Supreme Court, but even that was reduced by the court, just 5 judges in 1992 in Planned Parenthood v. Casey, from a fundamental right requiring strict scrutiny to a mid-level right with undue burden. And so it was just changed. If abortion were truly a constitutional right, it would require a constitutional amendment to get rid of it. We wouldn't be talking about this. Women got the right to vote by passing a constitutional amendment. Nobody talks about denying women the right. Abortion is not in the Constitution. Denial of equal protection and abortion as a crime against humanity. You cannot create the right to kill human beings as a class. It is a horror. It violates international law and the Constitution and the laws of humanity.
Thank you.